Enter the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, America's gathering place for the world's greatest athletes, where playing hard comes naturally. Going for it is a way of life, and natives look forward to the next avalanche. Now square off the two greatest pool players in the world, Johnny the Scorpion Archer and Efren the Magician Reyes, and Colorado becomes the perfect arena for Fast and Loose in the Rockies.
On behalf of the Foundry and the Pro Billiards Tour, we'd like to welcome you to the exhibition today between #1 ranked Johnny Archer and #2 ranked Mr. Efren Reyes. The exhibition will be 2 sets, a set of 8-ball race to 8, and we'll play Pro Express rules, and the 9-ball set will be a race to 9. If there is a split in the 2 sessions, we will play a tiebreaker, which will be a race to 5, which will make it short and sweet. Okay, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our 2 players. First of all, our first player is sponsored on the Pro Tour by AMF Puyat. He's the newest player representative for the Mucci professional staff. He holds numerous national and international titles. Last year in 1995, he won 5 events, 3 on the Pro Billiards Tour, the World 8-Ball Championships, and the main event, the only straight pool tournament in the last several years. Thus far in 1996, he has won 2 stops on the Camel Pro Billiards Series and was also runner-up at the U.S. Open. He is from the Philippine Islands. He's a renowned superstar throughout the world, known as the Magician. Please welcome Mr. Efren Reyes. And his opponent will be the #1 seed in the tournament next week. He is from Raleigh, North Carolina, player representative for both Q-Sticks and Sean Hughes. He is a 3-time world 9-ball champion. 3 times he has been voted Player of the Year. He also has won 3 stops now on the Pro Billiards Tour: San Diego, Nashville, and New Orleans. And please welcome the main man from Raleigh, North Carolina, Mr. Johnny Archer. Okay, gentlemen.
And the announcements have been made by announcer Scott Smith, who is serving as an MC here at the event. We're at the Foundry in Boulder, Colorado. I'm Paul Gurney, and I'm your host, along with Bill Weenie Beanie Staten. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Paul. I'm glad to be here.
We have a heck of a match here today. The players are lagging for the break. Efren Reyes on the left, shooting with a 6-ball, and Johnny kind of lost the lag here first time.
Yes.
I don't think that's going to concern him a whole lot.
The rules played on the Pro Billiards Tour are the Pro Express version. A scratch on the break is a foul, ball in hand anywhere on the table. No ball spot except for the 9-ball. Any ball off the table is a foul, ball in hand. 1 push out is allowed immediately following a legal break. 3 consecutive fouls by the same player is loss of game. And starting when you see the tournament in progress next week, they break from a designated area. It's called the break box.
Deal. Well, they're racking him for 9-ball now, so we're going to start the first session at 9-ball. Efren to break. Makes that 2-ball in the corner, Bill. Now let's look at that break shot strategy here. Got the 2-ball, the other on the table, the cue ball, made the 2 in the corner, but he doesn't have exactly the optimal shot for the 1-ball to start.
Well, what he's going to do, what I think he will do, he'll shoot the 1 in this corner down on the right-hand side of your picture and try to just roll across and come back for the 3-ball on the other side.
Try to avoid the traffic? Or very heady shot, actually, by Efren to put it behind that line of balls between the 4 and the 8. He has that shootout option, I think, as well. So he didn't go for the shot, but he played the safety. Okay, you're Johnny now. What are you looking at?
Well, he must try to hit this ball. If he doesn't, he gets the cue ball in hand. But
right.
I was under the impression if you didn't pocket the ball that, you know, you got the cue ball in hand. They must have changed the rules.
Nobody told Efren, I guess. They were trying to do the quick play format. But Johnny got a nice roll there and still managed to get behind the red ball. So Efren is facing a good hit to start it off. Got to sneak behind the 6-ball on this one?
Yes.
Kill the cue ball a little bit. Just make the hit.
And he made a good hit, but he's left Johnny a very opportunistic chance to run out here.
It's exactly where Johnny wants to be, looks like. And he'll leave the cue ball back in the middle of the table, very likely, off of this one, so he can play that red in the corner. I don't see any trouble out here, do you, Bill?
No, not really. If he can get on this 4-ball, which is down next to the spot, he shouldn't have any trouble getting out this right now.
Just take care of the cue ball, and he has done that.
He'll play the 4 in your left-hand corner pocket, go around 2 rails for the
2 rails,
ball.
back to the middle.
Well, he
Oh, 1 rail.
double-crossed us
How about
both.
that? Well, he must have heard us talking and wanted to mess us up on purpose.
So he'll just drift this 5-ball down into the corner and play position, get a little angle on the 6-ball, which he'll play in the opposite corner.
It's pretty much a done deal, or as they say, a Cosmo, right?
I think you and I could handle these.
Memory lane. Yeah, we could do this. That shows how important that that safety was, that almost accidental safety, where he got Efren to kick at that ball. So he is now he's going to play that 2-railer out that you were talking about. 2 rails out to the middle. This gives him a good idea of the ball speed, the cloth speed on the table. And we have the 9-ball in the corner for game 1, and Johnny Archer takes that, taking the lead 1-0. We're here at the Foundry for Alf Taylor's
Archer
pool
wins
around the
game number
world.
1. He leads the match 1-0.
I want to clarify the rules. I was under the impression before they began that if you missed a ball, that his opponent got the cue ball in hand. Apparently, they're not playing that. So
They're just going to do what they know best,
This
and
is just
those
a
have been played
regular.
with on the tour. Both players are members of the PBTA. Johnny to break. Breaking from the opposite side.
he pocketed 2 balls on the break, and he's got a pretty good chance of running out. The only trouble ball that I see is the 5-ball, and then the 7-ball that's over on the left-hand side.
5-6 to the 7.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's still room to make the 7 in the side. Let's see how he negotiates this 1 to the 3 and then back to the 5. This could be his biggest problem. He will have to jack up with that $12,000 Sean Q.
Glad you mentioned that. Johnny Archer is the representative for Sean Q.
Well, that was a good roll. He played a little bump shape there, Bill. He needs to get there where you're talking about, get back to the 5.
If he could get about on the angle that he is right now, a little further down the table, just below the side pocket, is about the best that he could get on that 5-ball. But then he's going to have to go to like 2 rails to get back up.
You just
on
get
that
back to the
6-ball.
middle? What's that? To the middle?
Well, he's going to go to the middle right here,
Yeah,
right? Back
just
to the middle
accept
of
the
table.
angle then?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now what I'm saying here is he's going to play the 5 and make the cue ball come straight back out at you and go 2 rails. That rail, this end rail, about
back
where
to the-
he's leaning over the table is what he wants, and go
Perfect.
back down the table. He made
Oh,
a bad shot.
hit traffic.
Very bad shot.
Well, you can see with Johnny Archer's eyes, and he's surveying the situation. Doesn't like what he actually did there. He must not have been able to pinch that rail enough, Bill, to
Hit
draw
the
that
ball
ball.
a little too thinly.
Yeah,
And,
kind of lost his control there. He has to kick at the 6-ball. And he made the shot.
here.
And look out.
Oh,
And the cue ball went in the corner pocket off the
Mr.
9.
Reyes has
Johnny
cue
made a
ball in hand.
fantastic shot, but ends up giving up the table to Efren Reyes because the cue ball ended up in the corner pocket. Efren has pretty much a patty cake out here, playing the 8, 7, 8, 9.
yes, he should not have any problems with these.
Too easy to analyze this, isn't it?
Yeah. Just slowly make that in and then make the 9-ball. I'm going to
Efren-
concede the second game to Efren Reyes, who
That was
ties
pretty
the
quick.
score now at 1 game each.
Okay, so Johnny took game 1. Efren Reyes has come back to take game number 2, and the score is tied at
Mr. Reyes wins game number 2
1-1.
after 2 games. The score is Mr. Archer 1, Mr. Reyes 1.
Might fill you guys in on a
You
little
all had an
background on
opportunity
both
to
Johnny
meet
Archer
pool
and
dignitary, trick shot
Efren Reyes.
shooter extraordinaire Paul Gurney earlier.
Johnny
I
Archer is
didn't
from
meet
Raleigh, North
the gentleman
Carolina.
sitting next to him. That's Bill Staten, also known as Weenie Beanie, one of the all-time greats in the 1-pocket category. Funny guy, too.
Well, I got interrupted there about Johnny Archer. Johnny Archer's from Raleigh, North Carolina. He's formerly from Twin Cities, Georgia. And I might tell you, he is so famous in Twin Cities, Georgia, they put his name on the
on the city
limit
limit.
sign.
Oh,
He's certainly
no.
home of Johnny Archer, world champion pool player.
Well, and he deserves it. He's a heck of a player.
He's a nice young man, too. And
But Twin Cities, isn't that don't they have both city limit signs on the same post?
they may have.
I mean,
know
you
it's a
could
very
carpet that
small
city for $85.
Well, I know everybody's familiar with this town. It's right near
Yeah.
Metter, Georgia. I know all of you are familiar with that.
And Savannah? Well, Efren made a ball on the break and facing the one ball. I think he's going to just kind of push it down to the end. I don't think he wants to try to mess with this. Got in a little bit more traffic than he expected. What do you think, Bill? Did he just make a bad hit on that?
He made a bad shot. I think he was playing two things. I think he was playing the ball. And in the event that he missed it, he was hoping it would be safe. But
A two-way
unfortunately,
shot.
it did not. Yeah, it's a two-way shot. He left Johnny a pretty good shot here. But Johnny will just pocket this one ball and draw the cue ball. You see the 5 ball over on the left-hand side?
Wants to hit that?
He'll be right around it.
Oh, no.
Around
He
it.
wanted to hit on the front side of that ball.
He did not want to get there.
And he's just looking around like, what do you
he's
got to
grinning
do?
about
Called the whip.
Feeling a little snake bit. Johnny Archer again looking from behind a ball, and he's got to look somewhere else for a kick on that 2. And they know against each other, they've played each other about 12 or 15 times, and they've come about even so far.
About even. I think it's like 8-7. So
Yeah.
this is a very tough match.
So they know how critical the safety play is. He's going to have to go 2 rails, it looks like, to try to come around and get that 2 ball, and he did. The audience appreciates that nice hit on the 2. Unfortunately, you know the rest.
Yes, I do not like Johnny's chances this game. He'll just shoot this 2 ball into the side pocket and stop the cue ball right there. Now he's going to shoot the red ball in this corner pocket. It's closest to Johnny there. And he'll go down to the end rail and go, might go.
Just float it
yeah,
back
just
up to
float
him.
it back. You know what he's going to do here, don't you, Paul?
It's a no-brainer from here, a natural shape.
He's just going to shoot the 4 down in this corner, shoot the 5 in the side.
I kind of hope during this match, Bill, we get a chance to see some of that wizardry that he does with those kick shots and with everything else. He is so phenomenal with his abilities. And he hasn't been challenged yet because of the lay of the table.
Yeah, that he hasn't been sewed up much because they have not played hardly any safeties. So, but he is really famous for kicking at the ball.
Well, he made academic work of this first or this third rack. Rack number 3 goes to Efren Reyes. 9 ball in the corner. So Efren comes back to win games number 2 and 3 and takes the lead 2-1.
Mr. Reyes wins game number 3.
Well, we got a little
after
break in the
3
action. We'll
games. The
follow up
score
with a
is
few
Mr.
things.
Reyes
Johnny
2,
Archer, some
Mr.
of his
Archer 1.
credits. He, of course, represents Sean Hughes, and he is, in the 90s, been the top player. He won the World's Championship in 9-ball in 1992, 93, and 95. And he just barely missed it in 1991 and 1994. He finished second. So you can see, and he's also the leading points leader on the Camel Pool Tour. So those are quite some impressive credentials.
You know who's number 2, don't you, Bill?
Efren Reyes.
Efren Reyes, yeah. So we're seeing 2 of the very best out there right now. And Efren showed it again, made a corner ball on the break. And I think he will milk that ball for the rest of the side. For the rest of the match here. He's going to play the 1 in the corner. And brings the cue ball over to make a shot at the 2. He is going to stay on that left side for him, on his right side, I'm sorry, for breaking the balls out because he found his space. But Johnny was breaking from the other side and having no trouble for his break.
The players seem to search on the table from a position of vantage point where they make a ball on a break. Sometimes it's on one side or the other.
There was an uncharacteristic Efren Reyes miss.
Yes, it was. And he's shaking his head. That's about all the expression you'll see out of Efren.
Well, we might see him tug at his shirt from the back, tug at his collar from the back.
He gets embarrassed when he misses the ball.
That's right. That's incredible. Totally different mental approach to the game. Johnny's going to
play a safety.
Going to hide here, isn't he? That's right. And boy, what a great looking safety that is. The ball speed is what is always impressive, Bill. They just make it look so easy.
Now, Efren, actually, when he's kicking at this ball, he will go 2 rails and try to get underneath this and hit it just hard enough to knock the 2 down at the other end of the table. Let's see if he does it. There it is.
Oh, boy. You called that perfectly. Oh, got a bad roll off the 9.
If he had not have hit the 9, you can see about where it would have been. You could almost reverse those balls. But the 2 where the 9 is right now, the 9 being all the way down on the end.
And once again, we have an open table with another player coming to the table facing an out opportunity. Johnny's just going to stay in control, looks like, and this one looks like it's over. They make it look so easy.
I kind of like Johnny right now in this particular game.
We hate to call these so early. It's sort of like the networks calling the elections after a few percentage of the votes are in, but these players are so adept with their skills that we have total confidence with an open table that they're going to get there to the end. Johnny's keeping excellent control of the cue ball, not letting anything get away. Playing the 8 to follow forward for the 9. And a nice, probably optimal angle to play that 9 in the corner, right? Nothing, not exactly straight in, just enough to make it look good. And there goes game number 4. Johnny Archer has tied the score at 2-2, taking game number 4.
Mr. Archer wins
So,
game number 4. After 4 games, the
score is 2-2. Johnny's going to reach for his break cue. Has to give that $12,000 cue a little bit of a rest, you know.
I don't think he'll be breaking with that $12,000 cue.
All the jewels fall out of it, or what?
It may.
He's breaking from the right-hand side, his left-hand side.
Let's see if the corner ball goes in. The 3 and the 4, I believe, are
Okay.
on the corners.
It did, and
The
so
3
did the
went
7.
straight in. But he
And
also
the cue ball
scratched.
and the 8 ball.
But you can see what a powerful break that he has. He's found a spot, but he let the cue ball get away. This is really not good when one of these players gives the other one the cue ball in hand. Efren Reyes runs out 82% of the time
With an open table?
with an open table with the
And
cue
ball in hand. Oh,
Yeah.
that's scary.
He made a bad shot on this particular ball.
Yeah, I don't think he likes this angle. Does he have to go up and bump the 6 maybe, or is he going to just try
He's
to
just going to draw the ball
kill the
back.
cue ball?
Mhm.
There it is. Well, he made it look good.
Made
Still
it
has to
look
use it.
easy.
Yeah, I know.
You know what he's going to do here, Paul?
Maybe take a couple rails or
He's
what?
going to go 2 rails. Cue ball will come down here, 2 rails, and he'll shoot the 5 in the upper corner. There's 1, 2 rails. Well, 3 rails, actually.
Mm-hmm. There we go, and pockets the 5 in the corner. 6 ball looks like pretty much a done deal. Float the cue ball to the rail, looks like. And back out for the 9. He is textbook, isn't he, Bill?
Yes, he is. I'll tell you, hardly either one of them have made a mistake yet, and they haven't even practiced on the table. Efren didn't even take a warm-up. Winner of game number 5, Efren Reyes, and he leads 3 games to 2.
Game number 5 is won by Mr. Reyes. After 5 games,
Might tell you a little bit about Efren Reyes. He came over to the United States in 1984, I believe, and he won his first tournament that he entered, which was at Reds in Houston, Texas. He's from the Philippines in a city called Angeles City in the Philippines. And this is a great human being. Looky here, he made the 9 ball on the
9
break.
on the break. You'll never get to finish
That was a
Bill.
quick one. No, like, I'm never going to get to finish the introduction of these players.
Reyes wins game number 6.
Well, all I can tell you is Efren plays all games well. He's sponsored by AMF Puyat, and he has a manager named Roland Vicente that travels with him.
And I haven't seen Rolando in the building, but I know he's not far away. So.
He's here. I talked with him earlier.
Now he's saying, how did I hit those? And he tried to do the same thing and lost the cue ball on the opening break. And now it's Johnny's turn to come to the table with ball in hand.
Well, let's see if Johnny can run out. He doesn't really have any trouble balls.
No.
The only one that looks like he has to get a little angle on is the 6 ball, which he's looking at.
Mm-hmm.
The 6 is partially blocked by the 7 ball. That's up there on the left-hand side, the top of your screen.
Yeah, Bill, it's kind of fun to watch players like Johnny because they're so expressive. You watch them stare. You sit there and watch their eyes, and you can see them go right to the treble balls or play their caroms around the table. Makes it look, very fun to watch. I don't think he came up as far as he wanted to on that, but is he going to bump the 7 out of the way this time? Because of his angle?
Apparently he must. He did come up way short on that.
And he's looking at it. He's looking at bumping the 7, but he still has to find a place for that 5 and still probably use a couple of cushions here.
He's rolling this. I don't know whether he's going to bump the 7 or not.
I'm guessing
Yeah,
he
you
is, and he
have to.
does. Push the 7 down the other end of the table.
Now even the audience is appreciative of that shot.
They
He
like it.
opened up all the balls and, you know, took the 7 away from the 6, which was blocking a little bit. And
He's going to bring in a couple rails around the table here and back to the 6. One will do for him because the 7 ball's at the other end.
yes, he got the nice angle at this.
Yes, he did.
These are things that you got to look out for. You don't want to get straight in on all shots. So he got just a perfect angle, just to kind of spin the ball a little bit and come down there near the 8 ball. And he's got an angle on the 7, and he'll just follow this ball 2 rails and come up about. Well, he's got several ways he can go. He can go 2 rails and end up about in the middle of the table, or he could go 3 rails.
Yeah,
I like the 2 rails.
I bet he'd like to be a little straighter in on the 8 ball in this shot.
Mhm.
What do you think?
I think he's just going
Just
to.
hit it a little bit firmer on this?
He's going to go with top right hand English
Mm-hmm.
and just take 2 rails. There it is, 2 rails.
But he is going to try to get that stronger, a little closer in. Yeah, that's better.
He's got just a perfect little angle, which will get him about 6 inches off the rail, and the 9 should be just a routine little.
Look at
Sorry,
that,
would
6
you say
inches.
that's
Oh, I'm
6
sorry, it's
inches?
8 inches, Bill.
No, I think it's 6. I beg
And
your
I thought
pardon.
you knew your pool. Actually, he does. That's Bill Staten calling the shot. And Johnny takes the next game, and that brings the score
Archer
to,
wins game number 7 after 7 games. The score is Mr. Reyes
you hear Scott
4,
Smith saying
Mr.
it now,
Archer 3.
4-3. Is that right?
Yes. Reyes is
Reyes got
leading
6
4
on
to
the
3.
on the 9 ball, and Johnny took game number 7. And he's breaking from that side again. Let's see if he solves it without losing the cue
Let's
ball.
watch the corner ball over here on this
8
side.
ball,
There
right
you
to the
go.
corner.
He's found a place on the table where he can make that corner ball.
And he kept the cue ball on the table. Look where that 1 is. And the 2-9, Bill.
Mm.
He's looking at it.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be over early.
Just draw back off the cue ball, off the 1 ball.
If he's straight in on the 1 ball, he'll draw back over there to the side pocket. Or he's looking, right now, so what he's looking at is the possibility of a billiard on the 9. But I like the combination better than the billiard here.
Yeah, I think I would too. But Johnny is one of those guys that will investigate all the angles, and that's why he's where he is. Good look at Johnny Archer. You know, I don't see his name on the Raleigh, North Carolina city limit sign. He lives there now.
He's working on it.
And if he keeps this up, he'll probably have his name on every city limit sign. So.
Yeah, he's going to draw back, it looks like, and play the combination. No?
No, he's setting up for the billiard, it looks like, Bill.
Well,
You can probably pick up that extra cushion. I don't think I like that, percentage-wise.
he's still contemplating. He's got a choice, play the combination or the billiard. I think the combination is better than the billiard.
Yeah. Taking his time on the shot. He plays the
Oh, he
billiard and
plays
used the cushion.
Well, he double-crossed me again.
Both of us, and that's why we're up here and he's down there. Johnny Archer evens the score at 4-4, taking game number 8. Now Johnny's taken 2 games in a row, and this match is moving right along, Bill.
Yes, it is. I'll tell you. These players, they just play so well, they don't miss any balls. And as you notice, it's a shooting match. There's not many safety plays.
Exciting match play. Johnny Archer and Efren Reyes here at the Foundry in Boulder, Colorado. Another break shot, kept control of the cue ball, but did you see a ball fall?
No.
He missed that corner ball, and Efren comes jumping out of his stool. Johnny stares at him like he's going to still make a ball fall in the hole. Well, what's Efren looking at here? It looks like the 1 doesn't pass the 5. So is he going to just kind of play the safety here?
Well, if he can make the 1, he'll play the 1 in. And he we go 2 rails in between that 6 and 4.
Yeah, it looks to me that he's having a tough time looking at that shot. He's going to just kill the cue ball there and play that. Yep, there
Or
it
he
is.
played the safety.
And a beautiful safety it is, putting the 1 ball behind the 3-8 line, and for that matter, the cue ball's behind the 5 and 7. Johnny will probably have to go to probably a 2-rail kick.
If he can get down there far enough, he's possibility of going a 1-rail kick. I think he's ruled that out right now.
Are we going to not rule out jump shots and so on?
I don't think he can jump this one because he's got 2 balls
The 8
in the
ball.
way. The 8
Yeah.
balls in the way.
And he's looking to the opposite side. So he's got a 2-rail kick here, and he still has to take care of the cue ball and the 1 ball so he doesn't leave this opportunity for Efren. because that's undone him a couple times already.
I think he's elected to go 2 rails, just trying to hit this ball. He's going to have to curve it just a little bit to get enough angle. I believe he got that.
Oh, he hit it great, didn't he? And the one ball floats off the table, but once again, he has left the table out, the ball out in the middle of the table. But I think Efren may just return the safety.
Yes. Now, which one do you think he'll play, though, Paul?
Any guess is good with me. He's a phenomenal player. And he may just double cross us again and just bank this ball because he wants to run
He
out.
may bank the ball and just stop the cue ball there, and in the event that he misses it, he would leave him behind that 3 ball. That's what he has done.
Exactly what he did. Look at this. He's going to get some
But
applause on this.
he made it. Now, had he missed that ball, you can see he would have been behind.
two-way
He played a 2-way shot.
That was a
yeah.
beautiful choice, yeah. And the ball speed was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Play this ball, and it's great cue ball control here to get the cue ball back to the middle of the table for the 3. The 4 looks good. The 5 passes the 7. No, it doesn't. You think he's going to bump the 5 out?
I think the 5 might pass. We're talking about the 2 balls up in the right-hand corner pocket. Just the way he's shooting, not taking a lot of time.
Yeah, it must, because the way he
it'll
shot
pass.
that shot. Such a mastery of cue ball control. I guess we might as well say something about the fact that he's always right where he wants to be all the time. He's putting the cue ball exactly where he needs to be.
Now, if you'll notice, he got a little angle on this ball. He didn't want to get straight in. It makes it much easier to go for position on the 8 ball.
Going to sneak up by the side pocket here. Get
He'll
that
go
angle.
across the table,
You're right.
right at the side pocket there.
I guess that's why I'm doing trick shots instead of this other stuff.
Well, it's kind of hard to call all the angles from this far away from the table. We're up here in a booth, but we can pretty well.
Of course, no shape on the 9.
I'll tell you
And
what,
Efren Reyes pockets the 9, and we have a serious match going on. They're trading racks back and forth. Efren Reyes takes game number 5 for him.
Reyes wins game
Number 9 in the match, leading 5 to 4.
5, Mr. Archer 4.
Efren is showing his traditional Efren Reyes control. Still hitting those balls with about the same speed, right on the shots, hitting about the same ball speed. Here's Efren's break again. Missed that corner ball that you were talking about. He's kind of surprised too, but look at this.
6 ball. He had the cue ball out in the middle of the table there, and then unfortunately the 6 ball just sewed him up. Now he has the option to push out. What that means, this is the only time during the game that you can make a bad hit, and you do not give the cue ball in hand to your opponent.
And he's going to put the cue ball at the other end of the table. It's still a makeable shot. Johnny Archer and Efren Reyes here at the Foundry in Boulder, Colorado. Stays down with his head, and nice smooth stroke and follow through.
Well, you can see why Johnny Archer is ranked #1 in the world, and he is on Prime Network television weekly.
The Cue Sticks company is doing great things, and of course Johnny is just happens to be modeling a Cue Sticks cue. Did you hear how proud he was when he was talking about that cue? All of a sudden, I felt like 6,000 wasn't enough for mine. So it's a beautiful looking cue. And these guys make any cue look good. They do any cue honor, the way they handle themselves at the table. But look at this. Playing the 2 ball in the corner, getting the cue ball just enough angle for the 3, but he's got to get off the back to the 5 without getting into the traffic here. The 9 ball might be a
Well, the cue ball is definitely going to hit the 9 ball. It's a question of how he wants to come off the 9 ball. Now, he can put top English on it and go 2 rails and come around for the 5.
Off the 9?
Yes,
or
off
draw
the
it back.
9. I don't think he can draw it.
Is it too fat?
It's, yeah, you hit it too thin.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're right. He's going to follow the shot, or he's looking at it. Then the question is, does he get himself into traffic here? Does he bump the 9 too close to the 8?
Yes, that's right. Well, he'll hit it hard enough. I think the 8 and the 9 would separate because he's got to hit this. Well, it's quite a little bit of speed. Watch the cue ball go 2 rails. He hit it a little too hard.
Mm-hmm. He did, and the cue ball went a little further down, maybe further than that angle that he wanted.
It stopped a little quicker than I thought it would, but he's still in okay.
He may have to just kill this then after making the 5 then, right?
That's exactly what he's doing.
And play the 6 back in the same corner. That's a smart move. Johnny Archer trying to even the score right now. What a match we're having here. This is game number 10, and Johnny has taken control. And here we are again with an open table, Bill.
Yeah, it looks like Johnny's going to win this game, and he is. I'm almost conceding him. He's like on the 1/2 yard line in a football game. But he's much more apt to score a touchdown than a football team is.
Look at that. The great control. And Johnny Archer is back in action. Pocketing the 9 ball and bringing this match to a tie once again. It's a seesaw battle.
It certainly is. You can see why these guys are ranked number 1 and 2 in the world.
After 10 games, the match is tied.
Seems like neither one wants to give
apiece.
the other the advantage, and they realize, of course, how difficult it is to give up that extra safety, give anybody a turn at the table, because both players are in great control. Efren realizes that, sitting in his chair, checking out all the situation. Johnny is breaking from the other side now, Bill. Look at this. He sees what Efren has done, and he says, I want some of that. And he didn't make that 7 in the corner, but the 5 ball did go on the other end of the table, and once again, Johnny has the table open for him.
Yes, he is. He should. I do not see any trouble balls here. If he can shoot this 1 in and get position on the 2 ball, which is the blue ball next to the side pocket there, the closest to the side pocket. And he's got to really draw this ball, or he has several options. He can shoot it
softer.
He can hit it softly and make the 2 in this corner pocket right where he's standing, but I don't think he'll do that.
So that's kind of what's going through Johnny Archer's mind. It looks like he's going to really load it up then. It'd be a tough thing to be a little out of control in a shot like this, though.
Yeah. The other thing is, I know that players do not like to shoot this. He could shoot it with inside English and go around 3 rails. No, he's 1 rail.
How
I
about
like
a little
that.
bump off the 3, or is that a little chancy? I think that's what he's kind of looking at everything, because the cue ball speed will determine his future in this rack.
See, on a shot like this, you got like 3 options. You can hit it with authority and draw it back and try. That's what he's doing right now. He's going to try to get a cue ball back out in the middle of the table, which he did very well.
And he accepts the angle. Yeah, the audience is very appreciative. This is an educated audience that actually have come from several cities around. I see people here from Denver and from Fort Collins that all came to the Foundry in Boulder, Colorado to check out this match with 2 world-class players, Johnny Archer and Efren Reyes, number 1 and number 2.
I'll tell you, you don't get an opportunity. I came all the way from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina to watch this match.
I came in from Sweden for this. So
You came in a lot further.
Get me to Boulder quick.
It's not often you have a challenge match between the 1 and 2 players in the world.
And such classy guys, too. They're very good. Credit to the game. You know, the things that Efren does in his hometown and so on, the local benefits and kids and so on.
You know, he takes care of 20 people within his family and other people that are needy people over in the Philippines.
Too often that gets lost along the way among all his credits, but it needs to be said that he's a better humanitarian than most people even bother to consider. Johnny played a nice shot off the 4, but he got a little straight in. Is he just going to follow forward on this?
He'll just follow forward and just get back in the middle of the table. Let's see if the cue ball's in the middle of the table.
Yeah, a little further. That's about perfect.
Is that
Bill,
in the middle of the table?
Bill, you've just...
I was off an inch or so.
You've played this game before.
He's going to go back about the same spot. Let's see how close he gets back to the same spot.
You're getting disgusting, Bill Staten.
Just a little
Look
further.
at this. Well, he made this look easy. He negotiated that tough 1-ball shot and made the rest of it look fairly easy. And Johnny Archer is going to use this advantage for himself here, playing the 9-ball in the corner to take game number 11. Now Johnny has taken a 6-5 lead, And folks, we're only playing this 9-ball match to
Archer wins
9.
game number 11.
It's a race to 9,
After 11
and
games,
it
the
is
score is Mr. Archer 6, Mr.
close
Reyes
one.
5.
It couldn't get any closer. I mean, it's a one-run. I don't think anybody's been ahead over one. Efren was ahead by 2-1. And since then, they've just kind of traded games, except Johnny picked up like 2 in a row there to take the lead.
Johnny's breaking from the right-hand side again, trying to find a place for that 5-ball. And missed it again, the same place as last time, and came up a little bit empty this time.
While we have a little break here, while Efren's summing up this shot here, I'd like to mention that Johnny Archer represents Q-Sticks in Boulder, Colorado, and they are a warehouse of cues. They represent Mucci cues, or Handel Mucci cues, Josh cues, Sean cues, It's George, McDermott, and Malley.
It just so happens that Kathy and Bill McFarland are here in the audience today, and why wouldn't they be when Johnny is playing with their sticks? And their number, there's an 800 number, Bill. They can reach them through 800-645-9803. They're pretty nice people.
Yes, they are, and you can order up your cue, any kind of cue just about that you want. They got it.
And they have the brand that Efren is playing with, too. I guess we can say that. Efren's playing with the Mucci. And that's a fancy stick I've ever seen Efren shoot with. He always played with some beat-up old stick. And
He came over here with a house cue.
I think he called Q sticks and got it. Please, I got to have a stick. Yeah, that's an amazing story. When Efren first came over, playing with a beat-up old house stick or a Philippine model. He's going to accept this angle, Bill. That's instead of trying to force it down and back.
You know, now he'll just shoot this ball very slowly. I don't think he'll take but one rail. He'll just kill the cue ball, and the cue ball will come back out about 2 feet off the rail. He'll play to 7. Oh, he double-crossed.
A little further than he wanted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's going back to that same pocket.
Yeah.
I don't think he's been playing an awful lot of one pocket. I suppose it's...
He'll just draw this cue ball off the side rail back out in the middle of the table. There he is.
It's just like he's listening to you. It almost looks like Efren Reyes has a ball on a string. You know, he just
If
makes
you'll
it.
notice, he has an angle on the ball just to get back to a position on the next ball. For those of you that are amateurs and just beginners, you get at an angle. You see how you just pocketed that ball and came back for the 9 where it's straight in.
And once again, the match is tied. These guys will not let the other person take too big an advantage, and that's why they're champions. Always stay in the
Reyes
in
wins
the race.
game number 12. After 12 games, score
Game
is
number
Mr.
12,
Reyes
according
6,
to Scott
Mr.
Smith,
Archer
goes
6.
to Efren Reyes, and the score is 6-6. We are continuing with more 9-ball action for Pool Around the World, sponsored by Alf Taylor. Efren Reyes breaking again from the left side now. He hasn't been able to solve that corner ball last couple racks. And he came up just the same place again, short again. It worked great in the beginning of the match, Bill.
I know it, but it's not working now. I think they ought to go back to the other side.
Time to move?
Yes. Neither one of them, they've each come up empty in the last 3 or 4 racks from that particular spot. The corner ball is definitely not going like it was in the beginning.
Well, now, in a case like that, do you always try to finesse that corner ball, or do you try to maybe finesse the ball in the side pocket, the one on the side?
Well, right now they're not playing the one in the side because, as you notice, they're hitting them from quite a ways out in the middle of the table with the cue ball. If they were trying to finesse the one in the side, they'd be pocketed with about 3 inches off the rail. That's where the break spot they would break from. Now, Johnny has made the 1 ball in this corner, and he's trying to figure out where he wants to shoot the 3 ball. He knows he has to shoot the 2 ball down in this right-hand lower corner pocket where the 9 ball is. He's trying to figure out where the cue ball is going.
And he wants to avoid hitting any of the balls if he can help it, but he wants to make sure he has the right angles. That's what you were talking about before, getting the right angles to get to the 3, to the 4, to the 5. Good study of Johnny Archer's face.
I think he's elected to just put a little English on it and bring the cue ball back up a little bit.
And he overcut the ball.
No,
It still got
he did
there.
it perfectly.
He did hit it perfectly. It looked like he actually overcut that shot.
Yeah. Now he's got the cue ball on the string now. He'll just shoot this and squat. He'll go back about an inch.
I'm sorry, that was a half inch.
Okay.
But he's straight on the 4, and he'll just stay in control. Drop back a little bit so he can get a shot at the 5. And the 7 ball, the 8 may be his only problem from here.
Yes, the 7 ball being the one on the right-hand side up there, and the 8 down here in the corner, left corner pocket. But what he wants to do is get straight in on the 7 ball, just a little angle on the 7 ball, which he's going to probably do.
Oh, that was great. Position on the 6 determined just what you were talking about, getting his cue ball in the right position on the 7. So
He should hit this 6, and he can play it 2 ways. He can go off the rail or just end up in the middle of the table.
just kind of, well, just kiss that rail a little bit. And there it is.
You see where the cue ball is right now? He will be just out in the table about
where he is.
6 inches, about that far down the table. When he draws this ball, he'll be out the table in a foot or so.
And a lot of amateur players always complain about shots like that, and it's usually because they hit the ball too hard and their hand swings out. They
Yes.
should study guys like Efren and Johnny taking care for that draw shot. And he made that look a lot easier than it could have been. Johnny Archer takes game number 7 in this race to 9 match.
Mr. Archer
So
wins game number 13 after
Johnny is
13
ahead now,
games.
7-6.
Mr. Archer leads the match 7 games to 6.
Johnny won 3 stops this year already. Did you know that? He won the Camel Pro Billiard Series in San Diego, and he won in New Orleans, and he won in Nashville. So I guess that's why he's the leading guy on the tour right now.
Yes, that's quite impressive.
And he did switch back the other side, Bill. You were right. It was time to switch, and he did. I think he has a little body English there to get that ball in
Yeah,
the
he
side
got one
pocket.
in the side pocket there.
He wanted that badly.
But he did switch back across, which I thought was a positive move.
Definitely.
Now, if you notice the balls that are lying here on the table, the 2 that he is looking at right there in front of him, it's a 5-6 ball that are tied up. So he's got to go from the 1 to the 2 and then the 4. He's looking at what to do with that 5 ball down there that's tied up with the 6 ball.
I think that's the 3 ball down there. 5 ball's on the opposite end of the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he does have to.
Yeah,
he may
he's
have to
got to
look-
shoot it next. I get you.
Mhm. So he's got to come down here, and he may be looking for a way to get at that 9.
He's looking at a way to break it
Pop
up,
it up?
or go between them.
Oh, look at that. He's thinking, what are the odds? Look at the face. But Johnny's usually fairly dispassionate. He has a great disposition for this game, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He has a 2-way shot here.
Play the carom, maybe?
Yes, he can play the 3 ball in the left-hand corner pocket, and he can also play the carom on the 9 ball. Let's see what he likes to do.
He's looking at that, and he's looking to see if that 6 is going to kiss him out a little bit.
That's what he's going to do. He's trying to play the 3.
So this will be another kind of two-way shot. Going to play the 3 and possibly the carom on the 9 ball. You know, when I look at Raymond Kuhleman's playing in Belgium, he does same kind of thing. It's fun to watch him study the angles on the rails, and Johnny has that kind of, you know, look on his face all the time. Kind of fun to study him.
Yeah. He's going for the 3 ball and the 9. He's playing the 3 in the corner and trying to carom into the 9 ball.
And made the 9 just like he wanted. What a great shot by Johnny Archer. I think he was playing the carom all the way.
Yes, he was.
And,
You can see he was not trying to make that. And winner of game number
Archer wins
14,
game number
Johnny Archer, who
14.
now leads
After
8
14
games
games,
to 6.
scores
Now, when was
Mr.
the last time
Archer
anybody
8,
had a 2-game lead?
Mr.
in this
Reyes
game?
6.
I don't think anyone
Mr.
ever
Reyes
had
to
one.
9.
Johnny is what we call on the hill. He needs 1 game for the first series of this match. And once again, he's chosen the right-hand side. He did get a ball last time. Let's see what happens here.
He's breaking from the right again, and I think there he decided that there probably was no future in trying to make the 3 and go on from there, that he was playing that ball all the way. And he's breaking for the match from the right side, from the left side here. Hitting and hoping, and nothing happened, but he didn't leave a lot for Efren to start with, and that's positive.
Yes, he was fortunate he didn't leave Efren a shot. Efren will play what we call the push out here. Exactly where he's going to push out, I have no idea. But he could also kick at this ball. I don't think he will elect to kick at this ball, though.
This will be a real key win for Johnny, especially since Efren also has a World 8-ball title. So
Yeah, and then they're going to be playing into Efren's strength, which Efren is not only won, he's back-to-back championships in 8-ball World's tournament.
So, yeah, this is one to have under the belt going into that match. Neither player has anything to be ashamed about in this match today. They're both playing extremely well, and whoever plays it will, of course, prove again their worthiness at the table. Efren's checking out the situation. I think he's going to the back rail, Bill.
No, he's
looking for a push still?
Yeah. Now,
I'm
here's
leaving for John.
exactly why he
Push
pushed
out.
there.
Mr. Archer has the option.
Just to give him
Now-
that back rail kick?
Yes, that's exactly right. What we mean by that is Johnny can either elect to have Efren shoot again, or he can kick at this ball, which I like to kick rather than let Efren do it.
Mhm.
See, he's going to put his finger down there, and he's going to try to kick the one over into the side rail and keep the cue ball about where, a little bit, he's looking to where he's exactly right there is what he wants to do. Hit it over there and hopefully get the cue ball behind that red ball, the 3 ball.
So he's thinking in terms of the contact point on the 1 ball, and then working his way back towards the kick
Toward
spot.
the 3 and putting the 1 down here on this end rail. I would say if he does it correctly, this 1 ball would be down here on this end rail and the cue ball up there behind the 3 ball.
So he'll have to hit it nice and
He
flat.
has to hit it
Cue
hard.
way left here, so he's going to try to spin into that.
All right.
And he's going to duck behind the 8, so this will still come
Gonna
out all right.
Get away with it.
Look at that. I think he likes that.
Johnny's kind of laughing. He knows he got a little
He
bit
got a
of
little
lucky
smile
there.
out of that one.
Yeah.
so.
Looked like one of your shots.
And
Reyes.
Efren is going to have to size up the situation. May have to do the same thing right back to Johnny.
Now you watch this kick. He could kick at this ball. He's got a possibility of chance of making the 1 or the 8 ball.
And he made both of them on the
Hey,
same
both of 'em.
shot.
How about that for a call?
1 or the 8. Come on, Bill. Ease up a little bit.
This guy is, without a doubt, one of the greatest kickers.
That's what we're looking for.
No, I didn't tell you he's going to play position on the 2-4 combination.
Details, you know. And he plays the 4 ball in the corner on the combination and shape on the 2, and we have an open table once again.
All I can tell you is that's what makes these 2 players great. Shot like that.
Make the 1 or the 8.
Well, Efren just made them both. That's why he's just a great player.
Yeah, he is, and well respected all around the world. He's going to push the cue ball right to the rail after the 3. So he plays on the 5, and here we go.
He's going to try to get off the rail just a little bit here. He'll force this ball, get it with a little bit of speed. There it is, forcing the cue ball off to get on the 6.
Perfect. A little bit over the 9, but I don't think that's a problem for him.
He will make this cue ball go to the left about 3 inches. Let's check this section. I'm getting on the inches.
I know,
now.
you're into the inch thing.
There's
Look at
1,
that.
2, 3,
3
4,
feet,
maybe
what the heck.
4 inches.
He is where he wants to be, and that's pocketing the 7 with a shot at the 9, and he'll take any kind of shot at the 9 from here. And straight in is okay too, isn't it, Bill?
I'd have to say so.
And so he takes game number 15, and the fans cannot want for any more of this great match with Efren Reyes and Johnny Archer.
Mr. Reyes
Efren
wins
pulls to
game number
within
15
1.
after
Johnny
15
Archer leads
games.
8 games
Scores
to
Mr.
7.
Archer 8, Mr. Reyes 7. This is a race to 9.
And we're back. The score is Johnny Archer 8, Efren Reyes 7. Efren Reyes to break after making a great play on that last game. Breaking almost from the middle, he did make the 1 on the side, and the 9 ball is hanging at the pocket. The fans are getting all they want. But look, look where that cue ball is now, Bill, right on that 2. Carom time?
I don't know. I really don't know. I can't call this one because he's frozen up against it. He is a great carom player and a great masse player.
Well, I'm glad you said that about his ability to play all games, and he's probably thinking about the billiard aspect of it right now. We should say that he's also a pretty hefty chess player. You know, he is a world-class chess player.
He just plays everything.
Does he do
well.
anything? Anything he doesn't do? He's going to play that 9, looks like. He wants it bad. Now, this is really a masse shot for a trick shooter. I want this shot right now. I couldn't handle the rest of it.
That's what
he's going to jack up and play that masse. That's
trying to
a
make
shot.
the cue ball go round the 5. Oh, he went into the 5.
Oh, and of course, the trick shooter still wants this shot.
Yeah.
But Johnny will take this to, well, he may still play it. He may play the draw back to the 9. For the match, that would be pretty exciting. He's looking at playing the sensible way, the 2 in the corner, and the 3-9 combination.
Yes, I think the 3-9 combination would be better. There's less chance of scratching, of course, that way. If he plays a carom on the 9 ball off the 3 ball, there's always a possibility of a scratch.
That's true, and he's looking at that just to float the cue ball out a little bit more towards the middle of the table without losing control of the 2 ball, and kind of accept any kind of cut on that 3 ball to play the 9. And he looks like he's going to accept that angle. Johnny won his first big tournament at Willard's in Chicago. Remember the Jim Willard International Tournament?
I was there, and
Me
it
too.
was against Efren also.
Yeah,
And
those guys are making a career of it, aren't they?
that was a real memorable tournament. That Efren won the 8 ball and he won the 9 ball, and he beat Efren in the finals of the 9 ball there.
That was a big $41,000 win for Johnny.
Yeah, and I might add that he beat Efren 13-2. In the
13-2.
final.
Now
That
he
was that was the score.
He was just looking at the draw shot. He knows his options, and looks like Bill. Tell me about
I
it.
think he is trying
gonna
to
go
draw
for it.
the ball into
Forget the 2 ball, he says.
he-
I'm going to play the carom and draw back to the
he
9
did
for
it
the win.
perfectly.
The cue ball stays, and Johnny Archer wins an exciting 9-ball match, 9 games to 7. 2 tremendous world-class players, Johnny Archer and Efren Reyes, and Efren gives him the handshake. Johnny Archer has won the 9-ball.
Mr. Archer. We're going to play a tiebreaker. Mr. Archer won a race to 9 and 9 ball. Mr. Reyes won the 8 ball. We're going to play a short set, race to 5 in the 9 ball as a tiebreaker. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, and we have a hand, please, for Johnny Archer and Efren Reyes.
And we're back at the Foundry in Boulder, Colorado. Paul Gurney, your host for Alf Taylor's Pool Around the World. And my guest host and commentator is Weenie Beanie, Bill Staten. And Bill, heck of a match here today. We have Johnny Archer and
Gentlemen, may I lag for the
Efren
first
Reyes in a 9-ball, 8-ball extravaganza for the people of Colorado.
Yeah, to just kind of bring you up to date, they have played a race to 9 and 9 ball, and Johnny Archer won it. And they played a race to 8, and Efren Reyes won it. And now
Mr.
we're having
Archer
a
wins the lag.
tiebreaker or overtime.
And even the lag was close.
Yes, it was. And Johnny won the lag, and this is a tiebreaker, a race to 5, 9 ball only.
Pretty exciting the way they're both playing today. Absolutely exciting. Great comeback for Efren, being down 6-1 and making a comeback in 8-ball. Johnny
Yes.
making some remarkable, this electrifying this crowd, and a very knowledgeable crowd. 9 balls the game. And Johnny came up a little dry in that first 9-ball break. Scott Smith is the referee and MC for this event, doing a great job, as he always does.
And the sponsor of this event is Q-Sticks, located in Boulder, Colorado also. Efren's going to try to bank this 1 ball.
And he does, so
I
capably.
didn't say try, he's going to do it.
He's embarrassing the rest of us, isn't he?
I'll tell you, they both are.
Back to that control game with Efren Reyes. He has that 4 ball at the other end of the table, but that doesn't look like it's going to be a problem for him. Just up and back.
I think he's going to draw into the side rail and come back
Okay.
out in the middle of the table.
Absolutely right. Made that look easy. He wants to take control. The fans really have to have a champion here, huh?
Yes.
They're not going to let him off with just 1 and 1.
No, they want a winner.
I think they're both winners. I think the real winners are the people in the billiard world. The people who
Absolutely,
are here.
and the people are going to be able to watch this video and to see how well they play.
Oh, they're remarkable. And Efren is working his way through the rack and going to play a little kill here. Did he hit that too hard?
Yes, he did.
Wasn't very happy with it. He looked upward as soon as he hit it.
Efren has made the first mistake, but now here's what well,
He may kick this.
he's going to kick at it, and he'll probably make it, but getting position on the 7 is the problem.
So he might just play the safety instead. Kick it down lower.
I think he's playing it.
He played the shot. Can he
needs
come up?
Position.
Look at this.
He needs position.
He got to.
I don't know what he got there or not, but
he
he's
may see
shooting
the
like
edge
it
of
is.
that. It looks like he's shooting. You can see it all. Just enough.
I just marvel at this.
Oh, boy. I'm telling
Efren's even smiling at that shot.
you. He's shooting over the 9, but nothing seems to bother him anymore. And plays the 8 in the corner. Any kind of shot at the 9 is great for him now. Nine ball in the corner pocket. Efren Reyes takes game number 1. In the playoff series, boy, we have a tough one going here. Outstanding.
Reyes
Well, at
wins
least
game
we're gonna
number
have
1.
a
He
winner,
leads
a
the
race
match
to
1-0.
Force them into an odd number of games. Force them to have a winner. Efren wants to take charge. He's kind of working on that adrenaline from that 8-ball match, isn't he?
I'll tell you, he has not let up, and he was way behind, and here he is now. He's become a slight favorite.
And breaking from the left-hand side this time. Looking at that 5-ball in the corner. Hit a little bit high. Nothing went,
think
but...
And he left Johnny a shot, too.
and, of course, we found out that leaving either of them a shot is potentially very dangerous. Players of this caliber will take advantage of that in a hurry. Johnny is looking over the whole situation. He has to go from the 1 to the 2, backup table for the 3, and then he has to deal with this traffic down here. Got to find a pocket for that 4, doesn't he? Boy, he hit that perfectly.
Boy, he certainly did. Just notice how he came right between that, almost like kicking a field goal.
Between the 1 and the 5, or the 3.
The only thing he didn't like here, Paul, is he got exactly straight in.
Mm-hmm. Well, you think he
No.
may think about bumping, going to the rail and bumping off the 5 to clear that pocket out, or is that too much to ask right here?
That would be one possibility, but I think he'll shoot this ball in. Let's see.
Well,
Yeah,
that
he's-
means, yeah, it looked like the 4 will pass the 5 anyway, so
He
just
j-
power it out of there.
Look at that nice shot.
The audience will appreciate that, and they do. Knowledgeable crowd here in Boulder.
It really is. I'm really surprised. This is a college town, but these guys have got their PhDs. I'm talking about a pool hall degree.
Poolology,
Pool hall degree.
spherical impact physics.
Is that what it
That's
is?
what we're looking at here.
Okay. I like that.
I have my doctorate already. Somebody already conferred that on me in Texas a couple years ago. And it passes because he's playing the 4 in the corner. Looks like the clear path that he wants now to run out.
He'll just play this 5 in the corner and let the cue ball go right out in the center of the table.
Try to avoid any problems right here. Most of the time they'll try to avoid hitting any other balls anyway. A little firmer here to hit the rail and out. Pretty much textbook, right, Bill?
Yes, he'll just shoot this ball in this corner pocket and just sit down with the cue ball.
Johnny Archer, 3 times the world 9-ball champion just in the 90s. That sounds amazing to us, but he's only lived in the 90s. I think he's so young. Johnny is only 27 years old, but already has had a full 10-year career in pool. Makes the 8 and takes the cue ball 2 rails to get the nice shot on the 9. Almost went a little too far.
Yeah, he did, but this is something he can handle easily.
He'll be glad to have this. Better than sitting down. And that makes the score 1-1. Johnny Archer evens the score with a nice run out. We have a playoff going on here.
Mr. Archer wins game
A lot of
number 2
people in the
after
audience
2 games.
today. I
Score
see
is
the
Mr.
college
Archer
champion,
1,
Tony
Mr. Reyes
Piazza
1.
here, the national college champion. He's from Colorado State and took time out with some people also from Fort Collins to come into this match. I see Colorado Billiard News people here. I see Leif Jensen from the Billiard Institute here. All kinds of people from the Colorado area. Johnny Archer to break. Right on the head ball, almost lost the cue ball. Did make a couple balls on the break.
Look at this layout. If that 6 will fit in the corner, this should be no problem.
Looks to me like the 6 does fit in the corner, and Johnny is pretty much off and running here.
Well, it's not as easy as it looks here. There's several balls that can only be played in one pocket. And but he made two balls on the break.
Just to the rail and back, I think, so he can control this ball. Looks like he's going to play that in this. He almost hit the 50-yard line, Bill. What do you think?
Yeah, he is. Now he's going to have to go 3 rails with the cue ball.
Made me stop talking there. I thought he was going to play that in the side the way he hit it that slow.
I cannot tell if that ball way down at the other end is the 4 ball in the center.
That's the 7 ball.
How about the one in the center? Is that the 8 ball?
That's the 8 ball. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we have to apologize because we have a different vantage point here for the shots. We can't see all of them as well as we would like. Maybe we can, we just don't know it. How do you get around? How do you like that shot?
Well, that was a very beautiful shot. Apparently the 6 fits in the other corner pocket.
And he has the angle on the 5 so he can get that angle on the 6.
Mm-hmm.
So this is very key. And Johnny's in control. Half ball or half tip south on that ball, so he gets the cue ball off the rail. He may just come back to the center of the table.
I don't think so. I think he'll draw down and play the 7 in the opposite corner. That's what
he's going the other way. Okay. I saw him peeking over here.
Yeah, he was just looking, but he didn't have much room to go through there. He got a little bit of an angle that he didn't particularly want here, but it's still.
He may almost have to bump that 8. What's he going to? And he does. He does bump the 8.
He did 8. I call it tickling the 8.
Okay.
You only move it.
Well, the way you shoot, you tickle. The way I hit, I bump him. So he did a great job. And Johnny Archer is in control again. Takes the cue ball 2 rails after pocketing the 8, and there you are again. Nice straight-in shot at the 9 ball. And Johnny Archer pockets that and takes the 2-game-to-1 lead in the overtime session. This is a special bonus for the fans here in Boulder, Colorado. At the, let's look at over here in the foundry on the wall. You have painted that on the wall?
Yeah, it says it was established in 1996.
Take that. It was founded in 1996. Well, makes you wonder, wait a minute, what year are we in right now?
I think they made a mistake.
What a great place. No, that's true. This is a new...
I know it is. I was only kidding.
Yeah. Okay, don't do that to me.
Johnny Archer to break in game number 4. He leads 2-1.
There's that ball in the side pocket we're looking for, and a bonus. The 5 goes in,
Look
and the 9 ball is hanging.
Look at this. He made 3 balls on the break.
Johnny's smiling as he switches cues.
Oh, boy. Well, he has... I think he'll just play the 2 in the corner there and go around for the 3 and run out rather than play the combination.
I think I would be looking... I think I would still be looking at that 9 ball.
Let's see.
He's looking like he's going to run him out, but...
we'll know shortly.
We
can see this angle.
Yeah, we'll see when he... well, he's going to cut that ball in the corner.
He's running out.
And that's the safer way to play it. Of course, the fans always want that home run. But Johnny's going to play the 3 in the side and then go ahead and down to the 4 and probably get back up to the middle of the table for the 6. Agree?
He'll get down there near that 8 ball. You see the 8 ball, the black ball on the left-hand side of your screen. The cue ball will be in between the 8 and the 6, almost straight in. After he plays this 4 ball.
Gets down next to the end rail for the 4 ball. That gets him up near the side pocket after he plays this 4. So he's in good shape on this. Right by the side.
Look at this ball.
Little body English.
Wow, it looked like it rolled.
Johnny waved it off with his hand. Like, what is this?
He caught lightning in a jug there.
Yeah. Let's get that cue ball off the rail. No better place than right there. And this is, I think I can run these out.
I believe we can do both of his balls.
And Johnny is in control. Likes to keep Efren in his seat, and this looks good. Efren's thinking, boy, this is a race to 5. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Johnny Archer takes a 3-1 lead in the playoff series.
Mr. Archer wins game number 4.
Now these players are playing so tremendously.
The score is Mr. Archer 3,
all day,
Mr. Reyes
every match.
1.
9 ball, 8 ball, and now here in the bonus round.
Foul, scratching the break is ball in hand anywhere. No ball spot except the 9.
You know, we talked about Efren Reyes being a chess player. While we're taking a break, Efren wanted to know if I'd play him a little chess. He knows I play chess too. And I beat him in Munich, a tournament we had there, and he couldn't stand it. He wanted an immediate rematch. So every time we see each other, he wants to know if I'm going to play him some more chess. His mind is on chess instead of on the 8-ball thing.
I'll tell you, he has a very fertile mind, and I can see why he would be a good chess player. Because the way he goes about these balls and everything, it takes a very, well, imaginative mind in order to create some of the situations that he gets in.
Well, he plays chess with physics here on the pool table. That's about the way he approaches this game, taking it to a higher level, like both players here do today.
Now watch what he's going to do here. He's going to go 3 in the side.
That's smart.
He's going to go 3 rails. He's going to park the cue ball in between the 5 and the 6. He wants to get as straight in as he can get. Let's see what kind of cue ball control he has here. 1, 2.
Good ball speed, and he's right. Look at this.
Look at this. Straight in on the 5.
Look at that ball speed. And everybody's excited because we can't do that all the time. It's like, how good is he? Will we ever know how good? Oh,
I told you had to get by that side.
I remember that from one of my trick shots. Look at this.
No, it's not going to go.
Oh, my gosh.
If you notice,
and he's going to look at that now.
From the beginning, he was looking at that corner to see if it stuck out.
Yeah, you're right, because he was talking about that ball being frozen, or you were looking.
He could not have placed it any better, but unfortunately, that corner pocket, or the corner of the side pocket, stuck out.
Tough break for Efren Reyes, and Johnny Archer comes to the table, has to get the cue ball off the rail and avoid the traffic. He's okay.
He got away with it.
Huge break for Johnny, being up 2 games and then having this work for him. Kill the cue ball here. Play it in the corner, and I guess draw the cue ball back to the middle a little bit. He wants any kind of shot to 9 at this point. Be on the table with race to 5.
He'll just force his cue ball out in the center of the table a little bit.
Remarkable play here today by both Efren Reyes and Johnny Archer. And that makes game number 4. This is short. It almost seems too short now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. That's the winner of game number 5, Johnny
Number
Archer.
5 is won by
leads
Mr.
4
Archer
games
after
to 1.
5
He
games.
is on the
The
hill
scores
in the
Mr. Archer
tiebreaker.
4, Mr. Reyes 1. This is the race to
And
5.
referee Scott Smith has just apprised the audience of that fact. This could be the final game. There's a good chance that we may even look for a 9-ball in the break here. So anything can happen. Johnny's had that flair for the dramatic.
Yes, he does. Watch this 9-ball come towards his pocket over here. No, it didn't roll that way.
9-ball didn't move, but
he got a ball on it. And
he's in control, has that 1-4.
He didn't get a good shot here, but it's, I believe, makeable.
Well, let's see. 6 balls gone. 2 balls over here by the side pocket. 8 ball by the other side pocket. And he really has to negotiate this first shot and control the cue ball on the 1 ball. Too many times players play themselves safe by making this combination. He might look for that soft roll. The thing that is remarkable about these players is their knowledge of the ball speed. They don't play themselves out of control here. This may work out in his favor, but I guess it does. Not necessarily
but if you know,
a risky shot.
Yeah, well, he was playing the shot and playing position on the 1 ball. Unfortunately, it didn't roll up quite as far as he would have liked. He's got a pretty tough shot, but controlling and getting position on the 2 ball is going to be very difficult.
And he may be faced with looking at a bank shot. If he can bounce it off that 7, I'm afraid he's not going to hit enough of that 7 to stay there. I think he's just going to play the shot and accept what he gets. And that he does. And he's going to roll around. Look out, 7.
Look out here.
And he's going to have to work a little bit.
He's going to have to do a lot of work here. This 2 will not fit down in the corner, I don't believe.
Well, we have to thank the people from Q-Sticks for making this event possible, along with their help from Alf Taylor. Alf Taylor of Alf Taylor's Pool Around the World. And boy, there's a lot of pool going on around the world.
Yes, there is. It has really, really grown. And, you know, the Pro Tour has a major sponsor with R.J. Reynolds
Right.
stepping in, and there's more prize money out there than there ever has been in the past.
And I will say the same about the WPA, the World Pool Billiard Association. Just finished their World Championships in Sweden. I was there, and I was impressed with everything they did with all their events. So there's a lot going on, not just in the U.S., but all around the world. I guess Efren Reyes is a good example of that. Incredible example.
Yes, he is.
Johnny made a tough shot there.
I didn't think the ball would fit. He should end this match with this frame. I didn't think the ball would go.
Well, there's a possibility, of course, now that the game has been recognized, the sport, cue sports in general, have been recognized as an Olympic sport. It's possible that in the next 8 or 12 years that we will see pool actually as a demonstration or maybe even a medal sport in the Olympics.
They say they're going to introduce it 2004.
Yeah, they
Hopefully
do.
it should. It's long
But we just
overdue.
heard last week that it may take 12 years instead of 8. There's still a lot to work out, format and so on. And it was sure nice to be a player like of Johnny's caliber representing the U.S.
Yes, it would.
I guess another feather in the cap for the people of Twin City. He'll have to have another sign on the board.
We're not talking about Twin Cities, Minnesota either.
No, we're talking about Twin City, Georgia. We're right outside of Savannah. You say Metter, is that right? The city?
Yeah.
Nice shot getting from the 7 to the 8, and it's pretty much a done deal at this point.
I would have to say, although, I mean, this one...
Hate to make those assumptions, don't I?
Yes, but I got a feeling that Johnny is going to take this match.
Truly remarkable day for pool here in Boulder, Colorado. Johnny Archer pocketing the, well, actually he kind of went to work on the rest of the rack. All through the 9, and there it is. Johnny Archer wins the day. Johnny Archer, Efren Reyes, a great day for pool in Boulder, Colorado. Well, I'm standing here with Kathy and Bill McFarland of Cue Sticks.
Mr.
What a
Archer
great day
wins
for
the
pool, is what I
tiebreaker.
say.
It's been great. I've had several people come up and just said we made their week or their month or whatever, and everybody loves it. And going hill was just great with these guys. So
It couldn't have come out any better. The whole scenario was wonderful from the get-go, and both players deserved everything they got. Knowledgeable crowd here, too, right, Kathy?
Sure are. They're all a lot of pool players in here right now. You guys were getting excited up there in the booth up there, commentating, huh?
It's easy to do. Well, you listened in. It was easy to do because they're so phenomenal, and they make everything look so easy, and then still come up with seemingly impossible shots, too. The arrangements looked great. Everything was working out.
yeah,
So
yeah, everybody here has been really helpful and made it real simple for us, and just a lot of fun.
We had a lot of help.
the Cue Sticks company is doing great things, and of course Johnny is just happens to be modeling a Cue Sticks cue. Tell us about that one.
Johnny's sponsored by Sean Custom Cues out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and he just got this new cue. He was shooting with the cue, and the owners of Sean gave him this new cue at the trade show in Minneapolis. And with the way he's been playing on the tour, it seems to be working for him.
I think so. He's won the last couple stops on the tour, won 3 events for this whole year, and it makes me want to go back and talk to my cue maker and see if we can do a whole new deal. A $12,000 Sean.
Yeah.
What else is involved with that?
There's nothing really involved. They know what they got here in Johnny, you know, and they gave him a great cue. They gave a great player a great cue, and
I mean, in the actual physical workings of the Cue Sticks.
a lot of ivory, ebony, and abalone.
And abalone.
Yeah.
And the way Johnny played today was truly the epitome of the sport. Actually both players made it look good all the way from the beginning to the end.
Right, I didn't see anybody miss much at all. And I don't think that first set Johnny missed twice maybe, so 18 games or whatever that was. So.
Where would you like to see the game go from here?
I would like to see outside corporate sponsorship. I think it's real important to the players, obviously, but to the billiard industry. I think it's time for it to take off.
Yeah, I think the next several months it's going to be on TV once a week, the Men's Pro Tour, and I think that'll help a lot, just the exposure. So.
And it will, and of course we're looking at the possibility of the game being a part of the Olympic movement. It's been recognized as an Olympic sport, and we've talked about 8 years from now, but it may take 12 years from now. There's a lot of things to work out, but there's a lot of future in the sport, and I think Cue Sticks cues, your offerings of all the different cues that you have, and of course players like Johnny Archer definitely belong in the game's future.
All right.
Absolutely.
Johnny, what a great day for pool this was. I don't want you to embarrass anybody. You played fantastically, and your opponent did too.
Well, you know, Efren and I always have a good match. You know, we just, you know, we're the top 1 and 2 players, and every time we get up, you know, it's always a tough match.
And when you played that 9-ball set, you had to do some serious playing. Nobody took a 2-game advantage until near the very end, and you seem to have solved the break before he did, it looked like.
Well, you know, 9-ball is just a game of momentum. It's a game of opportunities, and you know, he won. I think he won the first game, and then I won the next 5. So, you know, it's just you know, you have to take your opportunities when you get them, and just you know, it's a game of momentum.
You're being very modest, of course. You took advantage of every open table that was out there, and of course, I guess on this level you have to. And in the 8-ball match, you looked like you had a 6-1 lead, and that kind of dissolved in a hurry.
Well, you know, against Efren, you just can't make any mistakes. You know, I guess against caliber players that we are, you know, when you get your opportunities, you have to, you know, you have to take care of them. And if you don't, you know, there's a good chance you're going to lose.
And Efren clawed his way back into that match to make it pretty exciting. There were some pretty exciting kicks and hits throughout the match.
Well, Efren's just such a great kicker of the ball. He kicks really well. He knows his position. If he has to use extreme English on the ball, as of the last shot on the 6-ball, he does that really with accuracy, and you know, he's just a great player all around.
And so is Johnny Archer, and we saw him take control in the bonus round. Both players won a set apiece with 8-ball and 9-ball, and Johnny took control in the bonus round and won it handily, 5-1. Your input on that?
Well, you know, it's just you know, the type of game that, like you said, you know, I got the opportunities, and I took advantage of them. And then Efren made a mistake, and you know, I came, you know, and took advantage of the last 2 games. It's just, you know, winning 5 games in 9-ball is just very quick, and you know, one mistake could cost you, you know, you might not win a game.
True, and even though we played the game for many years, I've played it for 40 years, I still marvel at the overall control. The ball speed was very important for you today.
Oh yeah, I really played my position well today. I was really pocketing the balls well. I played my position well, so that made the pocketing the balls much easier. And then when I did have a little bit of a tough shot, you know, I was able to make it and get position on the next ball. Then my break kind of kicked in there at the end, and I was making 2 or 3 balls and getting a shot, you know, and that's the game of 9-ball.
You made it look so easy, too. And I guess it's easy when you have that $12,000 Sean cue that you're playing with. Tell us about that.
Well, that's a cue I got about a month and a half ago, and it wasn't really made for me. It was kind of a funny story. I seen it at the trade show. The company that I worked for brought some cues in, and they were there to sell them at the trade show. And I seen it, and I said, hey, I like this cue. And then the guy that made it, Evan Clark, he's like, man, you can't have that cue. That cue took me 40 hours to make and everything. And I'm like, come on, man. So I talked to the owner, and they're such a nice company, and they said, okay, you can use it. And it took me about 2 or 3 weeks to get used to it because it's a little bit heavier than what I'm used to, with all the ivory in it. And so then once I got used to it, you know, I won the last 2 tournaments, and you know, I got back on top on the #1 on the ranking, and you know, it seems like everything's coming together now.
Feeling good, and you won 2 in a row now with the on the tour stops.
Yeah, I won the last 2 stops. I went to a 200-point lead over Efren, so you know, the lead's a pretty good lead, and which you can't, you know, might not be but 1 tournament over Efren. If he wins the tournament, you know, he can just come right back and get you. So I have to keep going.
And that's we've seen 2 of the game's best in action here at the Foundry, and I think a lot of that is due to a lot of the extra work by Kathy and Bill McFarland.
They're just such a great company. You know, they signed on as my agent, and you know, we've had a great relationship since, and going to have many more years to come. You know, this is just a start.
I'm thrilled for you because it's a long time coming, and you're such a gentleman about the sport as well as a great player. Where would you like to see the sport go now?
Well, you know, I'd like to see the sport, you know, go till it can't go anymore. So I guess I have to see it, but I really see the sport coming in kind of to its own, because now Archer-Efren is in. It's the first big corporate sponsor that the sport's really had.
Outside sponsor.
Outside sponsor, and you know, now we've supposedly next year going to have a couple more outside sponsors. So, you know, first time we played for almost $2 million in prize money this year, and then we have a $250,000 bonus fund at the end of the year. So everything's, you know, there's more money coming in. The tournaments are all in big convention centers now, and it's held, you know, the highest class you can get. So, you know, I think the sport's coming around.
Looking good. We don't have to have any ladies in the front row with umbrellas like it did in wrestling. So the pool game has come along well. The people are more educated now. There are more sponsors. It's all in the upgrow. So, and we will see more of people like Efren and the other cohorts. What a great player he is.
Oh, great player. He's a very good person for the sport because he's such a great player and a great gentleman to play. You know, people really love to watch him play. A lot of people pay to come see him play. You know, so that's only going to help our sport. Right. And then again, he's you know, he's got a heart just like as great as he is. So, you know, that's only the better.
You don't think we're going to embarrass him by talking about him, do you?
No, he's kind of shy, but you know, he's just. I've done some dealings with him over the last couple of years, and he's just been nothing but easy to deal with.
And so are you, Johnny Archer, a great champion on and off the table.
Thanks.
Thank you, Johnny.
How would you like to learn to play perfect pool quickly? The entire Archer-Reyes 9-ball, 8-ball match and playoff has been quick play edited from overhead onto one tape just for that purpose. No chit-chat. You've heard that. This tape provides an unobstructed view of Efren and Johnny pocketing 299 balls in sequence, missing only 5 shots. Tough shots. There is no better way to learn proper stroking, ball pocketing, and position playing than fast and loose, the diagram.
Let's see.
He's looking like he's going to run him out, but
we'll know shortly.
We
can see this angle.
Yeah, we'll see when he, well, he's going to cut that ball in the corner.
He's running out.
And that's the safer way to play it. Of course, the fans always want that home run. But Johnny's going to play the 3 in the side and then go ahead and down to the 4 and probably get back up to the middle of the table for the 6.
He'll get down there near that 8 ball. You see the 8 ball, the black ball on the left-hand side of your screen. The cue ball will be in between the 8 and the 6, almost straight in. After he plays this 4 ball.
Gets down next to the end rail for the 4 ball. That gets him up near the side pocket after he plays this 4. So he's in good shape with this. Right by the side.
Look at this ball.
Little body English.
Wow, it looked like it rolled.
Johnny waved it off with his hand. Like, what is this?
He caught lightning in a jug there.
Yeah. Let's get that cue ball off the rail. No better place than right there. And this is, I think I can run these out.
I believe we can do both of his balls.
And Johnny is in control. Likes to keep Efren in his seat, and this looks good. Efren's thinking, boy, this is a race to 5. I don't like this.
Yeah. To order the diagram video or the Reyes Archer 8-ball match, send $19.95 plus $3.50 shipping and handling to Scenic Publications, Box 4768, Aspen, Colorado, 81612, or call 970-925-8152.
Mr. Archer wins the tiebreaker. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, can we have a hand, please, for 2 of the all-time greatest pool players, Efren Reyes, Johnny Archer.